meeting going. I'd like to call the Town of Wappinger Planning Board meeting to order. Can we all rise for a pledge to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. We have the secretary perform roll call attendance, please.
Here.
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 Here. Here. Here. Okay, all board members should have received the minutes from the October 6th meeting.
Make a motion to accept. Second.
Okay, motion's made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Okay. All right, so our first item on the agenda this evening is a discussion regarding Casa Amigos Restaurant.
Good evening, Jeff Econom, consultant for the applicant. I did receive comments from your consultants. I know you discussed them. I did make the changes. What I'll do is PDF them to both the consultants tomorrow.
Okay. What?
Oh, speaking to the microphone.
Oh, yeah, make sure you get, yeah, okay.
All right. I will get the plans have been revised, and I will get PDF copies to the consultants so they could verify the landscaping table has been changed. I got Larry's comments today. Changes are done. I will get those out so they could both say that everything is okay.
Okay.
I did meet with the village. You do have the letter for the water and sewer.
Right.
So that's all been addressed.
They said that everything's satisfactory with them. Okay.
We have sign permits have been granted for the project.
When you say the sign permits, what are you referring to?
The one sign that's in front of the entrance, it's being relocated to the other side. It's shown on the site plan, and they have the applications. Because you couldn't see the sign where it was blocked by trees. We needed to change the signs from Odyssey Diner to Casa Amigos 2, so we had to get color and sizing. That had to all be approved by Barbara, and she's issued that permit.
Okay, so which page is that on your sheets?
That would be the proposed site plan.
Those we had discussion
like
with them
the
before
fourth.
about that we signed. I believe we were okay with those.
Was that last meeting?
Those in last meeting. It was
A while ago.
a while ago. Yeah.
And it's the same style sign. It's just
I just want to see,
No, it wasn't January.
I
It
just want to look at the sheet that says signs.
yeah. Same meeting. I think we still allow them to do some of that exterior work.
You're primarily changing the content application. Am I correct?
that one sign, correct. We were going to move it to the other side of the entrance, so
I
it'd
don't
be
see
more
anything in the
visible.
sheets here about the signs.
Do you mind if I walk up and show you? Existing sign to be relocated from this location to this location.
Is that a freestanding sign?
Yes, it is. It's blocked by all these trees, so it has a little better visibility.
Okay. We have another application tonight where a sign is an issue, so we don't see anything about the height, area, or size of the sign.
I gave that all to Barbara, and that's, she.
It was a pre-existing,
I
we
believe
just
it-
agreed it was a pre-existing sign.
Pre-existing.
It was pre-existing
I also
sign.
don't think that it was
And they were
a
just taking the
compliant.
same,
It's a different restaurant. That is a diner, and this is a,
Mexican restaurant. The sign is code compliant, meets all the zoning.
oh, well, that's all I want to know.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
So, but you don't show it on the plan, because the other plan, we have the height, the area.
That sign that I'm showing, that's in the rear, that sign was non-compliant. So that is becoming compliant with that sign that I'm showing.
Is there only one sign?
You have the one sign in the front, you have two existing signs at each entrance, one on Old Route 9.
Right.
And the detail you have is for the one on Old Route 9, which was a non-compliant sign, and that one is becoming, with the new layout, becoming
Well, it
compliant.
says see detail sheet, which one is that?
That's the sign that you were just looking at on the detail sheet.
This is the detail sheet?
No, last page is the detail.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's showing the height at 10 feet. Okay. So both signs are the same size?
The sign,
Oh, this is the rear sign.
that's the rear sign. The front sign is going to be the same style as what's out there.
But it doesn't show on the plan.
Do you have a separate detail for the other sign, or are they both the same?
It's the same sign, it's just relocating from
Well,
one
it's-
side
What
of the
he's saying
sidewalk.
is they're taking the same sign that's there now, changing it to the Mexican restaurant, but it's the same
Correct.
structure, which we don't have the details on, which is what he's saying. It's different than the sign that's on the, on nine.
It's a different sign, and we don't have the detail. The detail has to be on the plan, right?
But we can have them add it to the plan. That would take care of that. I mean, his barber's already issued a,
Well,
I'm just saying,
I'm only bringing it up because you have
Yep.
an enforcement agent
Yep.
that has to know what to enforce.
correct. Well, you said she's already
I had
issued the
given her
permit.
I had given her photographs of all the signs.
That's not my point. Suppose there's a new zoning administrator 5 years from now. How is that person supposed to know what size the sign is unless it's on the plan?
Okay? Fine, I'll get a detail on the drawing.
And is that sign 10 feet high?
I don't even think it is 10 feet high.
It's less than 10 feet. Okay.
He said it was code compliant, so it would be less than 10 feet.
Yeah,
Probably because the old sign was code compliant, so they're just, it's just changing the name.
Taking the same,
But
it's
I see what
basically
he's
taking,
saying, it should.
right, he
it
was
should
just
be a-
taking the same size sign, taking it and just basically replacing what's on the outside of it, correct?
correct, and going from it's on the northern side of the entrance, we're going to put it on the southern side, just for visibility.
Right, anyway, right, so it's the same sign, basically, it's the same frame, but it's different inlays in it to change it to state Casa
But I
Amiga.
don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Right,
See it on
correct,
the
no,
plan.
no, no, I understand I understand with the comment, that I understand. And that could be conditioned of, having that put onto the plan.
Okay.
If you want, like I said, I agree it should be there. Yeah, that's something else, that's just, for record keeping down the road. I can understand
I'll have the
that.
sign
That's,
company provide a detail.
huh?
I'll have
Yeah,
the sign company
okay.
provide a detail.
All right,
Well, especially since we're talking so much about the other application.
correct. No, I agree with you. Right, I agree with you. Okay, all right. All right, other than that, let's see. Does anybody have any questions, any board members have any other questions for the applicant?
No?
No, okay, all right. Malcolm, you said you're pretty much good with everything at this point?
Yeah, I mean, you've responded to all of my comments.
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't seen them on the plans yet, but you seem receptive to all of them, and, you don't have any questions about them?
No, I made the changes, and again, when I get home tonight, I'll send them out tonight. Send you just the one sheet really changed,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all on the proposed conditions plan, so.
so I'll send that both to you and Larry.
Okay. All right, and Larry, you're good with
Yeah.
everything? It's just documentation,
Yeah.
getting all the follow-up.
Some modifications, minor modifications, to some details.
Okay.
What the board can do, what I've identified in my letter is a lighting waiver and a parking waiver that is being requested by the applicant for the board to consider and vote on this evening, if you choose to.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about the first one. First one's a lighting waiver. I know there's some minimal areas that need to be, that are a little above 5. If everybody's okay with that, entertain a motion to approve a waiver for the lighting.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Okay, motion's made and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Okay, the other is the parking waiver. So they have a number of parking spots over the maximum, but they are removing some of the impervious surface, so they're really not adding any parking. They're just working with what's existing and reducing the impervious surface. So with that, if nobody has any concerns, I entertain a motion for waiver on the parking.
I'll make that.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, motion's made, seconded, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. All right. All right, so now in terms of conditional review, or conditional approval, I know we just had the conversation regarding the details for the sign at Route 9 at the front. We just want that added to the plan set. And then all the other loose ends that are involved with the planner's letter from October 17th and the engineer's letter from October 17th. Is there any discussion on any of these? If not, entertain a motion for conditional approval.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
All right, so motion's made and seconded, and that's conditional approval for the planner to draft conditional approval.
Correct.
Just wanted to state that correctly. So, okay, motion's made and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
Thank you.
Pretty much set, just we have to, a little more homework, just to put it together, and put a PDF together and send it around, and hopefully I'll pick up all the open-ended issues. Okay?
Will do. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
You too. Have a good night.
Thanks.
All right. Okay, next item on the agenda this evening is Village Pancake Factory for amended site plan approval.
Hello, good evening. I'm Jamie Machado, the architect, and I have the owner, Ismail Umar. And so what do you guys want to talk about first?
All right. Let's, where do we start? All right, well, being the planner's memo is still on the top of my pile, might as well start there. So obviously, during the workshop, we were discussing the lighting plan. Were you able to make any headway with getting that resolved in terms of, all the heavy lighting around the front of the building?
Well, the one that I submitted is the new one. I heard a couple of comments about the 300K. It's reflecting the 300K. The note that says, please advise, is by the supplier to advise what color it is that he selected. It was correct.
Okay.
So all that is as per request, the 300K. As far as the being 5 or above, I'm not sure. It sounds like there's multiple locations. I heard number 12. I can't find 12. I only know of 3 locations. All of the locations, and we can point them out if we need to, are either at the base of the building, at the foot of where the pier would be for the lighting. And I think 2 cases are in the middle of the parking lot where it will be directly underneath the light. and that was 5.6 or something like that. I think there was one 8.9, but that's also at the base of the building, literally on the wall, so I'm not sure if that's a glitch. Another question I heard was about where the information came from. It came from the lighting manufacturer, so I didn't.
The actual plan, the actual lighting plan itself came from them?
From the company that's supplying the lights. There's a sheet that also has all the spec sheets that was submitted. Basically, I cut and paste and put it on the drawing, so you have it another 24 by 36. So the sheets you see there are 8.5 by 11, so they're full size, not shrunken down or anything like that. And all the specs are on their submittal for approval by the owner as well as you guys. So, I mean, that's all I can say, is that the ones that I see are at the foot of the building and at the base of the light pole. So I'm not sure if that's a glitch or does it actually count, because it's not really hitting the ground.
Can you ask the manufacturer to try to sort this out?
I'm reflecting their answer.
They sent an email to you, you said? Their explanation?
I could get an email.
Yeah, if you have that
No,
explanation.
because, he said, no, the email return was like, no, it's 300K, everything's been revised. I think
The 3,000K is basically you putting the note on, not just the cut sheet, but you actually putting the note on the plan that says there'll be no lighting installed, above 3,000 Kelvin. So that's an additional note that you would put on there.
I'll put that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I believe that's what Malcolm's looking for, correct?
Yeah. And then I don't know what else I can add as far as the 3 or 4 locations. I heard there was multiple, but I'm not seeing it. There's a location for 12.
Well, I think the 12 is, I believe the 12 is in the one corner. It's hard, it's hard to read with everything overwritten, so I think we're all sitting here using our phones to try to use them as magnifiers. It's kind of...
So my concern with sometimes we'll get hotspots where you get, 5.5, 6 foot candles, and it blends out into 4, 3, down to 1, down to 0. My concern with the lighting along the building is that the hotspots are 9-foot candles, 12-foot candles, and that those are immediately adjacent to 1s and 0s. So we're going to get very bright light with no spill, and that's going to catch on the building, which is white, and immediately below it. So it's a few examples of hotspots, but they're going to be very strong hotspots, and they're immediately going to get dark around them. It's going to be strong accent lighting against the building, contrasted with a dark site. And it also puts the board in an uncomfortable position of granting a lighting waiver for 12-foot candles, unless they can make modifications to this lighting plan to bring those down.
Or they get some sort of documentation from the lighting company that says that was an error, and there really isn't no...
Unless they can give us a lighting plan, unless that email says that was an error, here's a lighting plan where that has been corrected, we would still be in a position of needing to grant the lighting waiver. Because we're still, we're judging this based on the lighting plan that's being provided. And it doesn't sound like there has been an error. This is the lighting is accent lighting, and it's creating hotspots that conflict with the code.
Well, that particular light, if that's going to be a problem, that one light won't be installed. If that could be a condition.
But is that over a back door or anything, that spot?
No, the lighting is shown on, I believe.
Is that the existing lighting that's there?
No, this is the one that was selected.
and I don't know what any of you guys are talking about.
I mean, can it just be changed to less wattage?
Or different light that's not going to create a
Lighting aware, we're
hotspot.
talking
Yeah, I mean, that's the simplest solution.
Some of them don't have bulbs now. Now they're LEDs, so it'd probably be the fixture.
Oh, so we're discussing the vertical lighting?
Yeah.
Along the building, yeah.
So one
Okay,
condition,
so for example, on the front on Route 9, there's 4 lights. They're all 3,000 K, and they're just soft light.
oh, no, those, the one on the building are not 3,000 K.
What are they?
These lights, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, okay.
are exactly this lighting, which I gave you, and it's,
Which lights are not the 3K?
they're 3K. So I don't know which lights you guys are referring to.
The one that we assume is,
So the color temperature and the foot candle levels are two different things. The color temperature is 3,000 K. That's going to be the sort of the hue, the color of the light.
Correct.
Foot candles talk about the intensity, the brightness of that light. That is capped at 5 foot candles, and the lights along the front of the building are, on your lighting plan, are showing 9, 12 foot candles in that range.
That's gotta be-
But then they're immediately surrounded by 0.3, 0.6, right? I mean, they're,
So those ones in front, if you just got a smaller wattage, would probably,
or a different fixture that's not going to create that kind of hotspot.
I just can't see how that lighting is going to create any of that, because it's just basically an exact lighting. The
Well,
existing lights that are there now.
from the lighting plan that we have, it tells us what the numbers are, and the numbers,
Well, that's what I'm saying, it's a fluke because it's a box.
but we can't approve it if the numbers are still there.
Okay.
Yeah. If you got the engineering company to say that that was a mistake, or to change the light fixture to get it to below, to that 5, then it's not a problem.
It is.
But as long as it's an 8, 9, 12,
it is a 12, it's right in that corner.
Yeah.
put down, you're talking about right here, right?
Yeah.
On the building or?
On the building. Yep.
It's on the ground
Yeah, when
in
you
front of
look
the
at this-
building to the left of the
This corner of the
entrance.
building, it's right,
Yeah.
it's down here, so there's a 12.
It's just covered by like,
There's an 8.2, there's an
You can't,
8.9.
you gotta blow it up big to see it, but it's a 12 in that corner. And then you got 8 up in here,
It's on here.
you have varying
yeah,
amounts.
well, that's what we, I would be okay if there was an error somewhere.
Let's fix it, though.
Yeah, fix it, yeah.
It's not an error.
It's not an error, no, it's fine.
So I think, we're still at a standstill on this, which still needs to be addressed.
I see it. It says 8.9.
All right. So why don't we,
Next problem.
yeah, why don't we go to, well, let's go to the next item now. This still has to get taken care of. So we have
Next
that
item was the
one.
color temperature. We've addressed that.
Right.
Next item is the signage waivers. They're requesting a signage waiver for the freestanding monument sign. For the overall height, they're proposing it as at 12 feet. The limit is 10. They're also requesting a waiver for the overall size of that sign. The limit is 25 square feet, and they're proposing 52 square feet. They're also showing internal lighting for that sign with a color temperature of 73 K, and the limit is 3,000.
So here's my opinion on this is we really need to remain consistent with what we're doing on some of the other projects along that. I know with the Mexican restaurant, we asked if they would stay within those guidelines. And we also did that, with Tractor Supply and some of the other stuff. Along the way, we didn't. So I think that by allowing something twice the square footage that it's allowed, it would really stand out over the other signs that are along that.
especially if it's lit from the inside.
And I would add to that, and I agree with you, and I would add to that the original came in with 14 height, they reduced it to 12 feet. They have yet given any kind of rationale that I find compelling to increase, to go above the 10-foot standard.
Well, my rationale that we had the conversation when I made the mock sign and you guys came out was I showed you that if you're driving south on Route 9 unless you see the sign, you don't see the restaurant, because the
Well, there's no
restaurant is
analysis that
inside.
if the sign were 10 feet high, the drivers would not see the sign.
Correct.
If you go down to the Odyssey, we're proposing to keep the standard.
The Odyssey does not have the Odyssey's sign is higher.
Let me finish,
The Odyssey
please.
sign's smaller, actually.
It's lower and
The point
smaller.
is, it's lower, and they have not been concerned with how the visibility from the driver, that it's not high enough. And I think in this case, you have said that drivers can't see it, but there's been no real analysis of why the sign needs to be this large, this high. And I know for myself and maybe a few other board members, they asked you to reconsider what you proposed.
And this was the change. We reduced it by 2
Well,
feet,
you
and then we
don't
did
put in 14, you come in 12, you say it's not about a compromise. It's about coming up with a rationale for why you're going above what's allowed by the code. And you haven't made that case from my perspective.
Well,
And we could go back and forth on this, but we've done this at 2 meetings now, and there hasn't been any added information provided by you to make that case.
The reason that I spent a lot of time and a lot of money to try to get this done was for the same thing. You discuss and you mentioned the Odyssey Diner, but the Odyssey is facing Route 9, and it has a big illuminated sign right on Route 9, and their existing pole sign is larger or higher than the 10 feet that's there. I know because when I was doing my research, I went to different locations to see who had higher signs than mine. That way I can show, to give as an example.
You've never given any examples.
I'd like to hear the example. Can you list the ones that you saw that were higher than that?
I mentioned the Acura sign, that it's higher than the 10 feet.
Do you know how high that is?
I went over there and measured it. I think it was around 14 or 15 feet high.
Is that the one that starts in the gully, though? It's a drainage gully?
Which one are we talking about? The
Acura?
No, Acura.
Or is that flat?
No, I think Acura is pretty much at ground level at that point.
There was a
I
car
think they're-
dealership that came in that had a sign
That had a gully.
mounted in the drainage ditch.
Subaru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And
And
then
they brought that up, and it was code compliant if you measured at the beginning of the roadway.
Right, if you went
The
from
additional height
if you went from the edge of the road going
up, it was 10
out,
feet.
from that point right up, it
Yeah.
was 10 feet.
And I don't
yes.
think we can separate the height of the sign from the area of the sign. And you come in with 50%, 100% increase in the permitted area, as well as the increase in the height.
the increase of the height of the sign, I also stated that it was pitched down.
Yeah. We disagree.
And in reference to the square footage of the sign, it's a round sign, but unfortunately, we have to be symmetrical in order to take the square footage into consideration.
You could calculate the square footage of a circle.
Circle, right.
You can calculate the area of the circle. That's what we did to come up with 52 square feet.
well, I came up with 33.84, including the signage underneath. And that's just considering if you take apart where the sign is and then the bulk of it. I mean, we could dissect it even more, but it'd be uglier just to put small bars underneath it.
I mean, I didn't include the stone monument. I'm just talking about the signage components.
No, I'm talking about that as well. But if you want to talk about the base of it, I mean, that's the concept that we're taking the same reasoning that the other signs took it from the level of the street. That was our concept right in the beginning. We have 14, we brought it down, so the sign itself is only 10 feet using the base, which is 2 feet as the ground level. I mean, that's my understanding when we were at the site, because I think everyone agreed that, yes, it is. Now I'm hearing that it's a disagreement that, it is lower than the crown of the highway, and that's not even the highest one, it's only in the center. The very furthest line, which is in the median, in the center of the road, is even higher by another foot, but we didn't count that, it was just in the center line of the 2 lanes.
So Jamie, you're saying that the edge of the shoulder, the right shoulder, is 2 feet higher than the ground level at the sign?
To the center of the road.
The center, okay, so the center of the two
Yeah.
lanes.
So the shoulder closest to the property is low, because, it goes down.
Right.
Then the furthest line, the shoulder in the center of the highway, the total highway, where the median is actually another foot higher.
Sounds like what they've been using is the white line closest, as the,
I'm using
you're using the dash line in between,
yes.
so, just
So it's kind of like an apple.
for clarification.
So your dash line is the same height as the top of your rock wall?
Correct. And I use the laser with the level.
Okay, and then from that to the top of the sign is 10 feet. So the 2 feet that you're asking for is below that center dash line?
Correct.
Is that what Accurate did?
No, not
Which is the
Accurate.
base.
Accurate didn't do it, you're talking about Subaru. Subaru was the one that was down into the gully. There was it kind of drops down it kind of drops down. There's a big wide space there for the DOT right away. And then at the edge of their property, it's a pretty much, it's down. I'm not sure how many feet
That
it
drop was
was.
like 4 or 6 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, it was for,
Besides Subaru, is there any other,
not that I
Examples like
can
this?
recall. Yeah.
I'm kind of just make the sign code compliant, lighting and size.
I agree.
I agree with that.
I think,
So, I
mean, the size of
I would assume that other businesses along that road have that same drop, right?
Yes.
drop is
Tractor
one,
supply and all
right.
that.
Well, drop is one thing.
He's just
See,
talking about the
that becomes a height issue
That's not-
for the drop.
That's not the
But
problem.
now they're saying they're bringing up is about the area. So if you're allowed to have, how many square feet? 24? 25. 25, sorry. 25 square feet, but we're at 52.
Why does he keep on saying 33? Where's?
It doesn't matter.
I'm just looking at
I just want to understand why there's a discrepancy between 52 and 33. That's all.
What's the diameter?
That's all I want to know.
6 feet. So I'm adding the circle plus the diner and the Julian's room.
Either way, it's over. I get it. I
So
just
you're
want to
saying
know,
this,
why.
so you're saying the circle,
Not 75 square feet.
Right.
That's actually putting a perimeter, like you're boxing it into the box. You're taking it from.
So the circle is
what
28
is,
square feet itself.
What's this?
4 times 6.
So it's two.
So just the circle itself is 28 square feet.
Does-
It's 6-foot diameter.
And the bottom part is
right,
4 by 6.
so it's just 24,
is this-
50.
52.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I still understand where the 33 is
I
coming from.
thought this would be fun.
So he's saying 33, I don't know where 33 came out of it.
That's all I need.
Is the Toyota dealer part of Town of Wappinger? The Toyota
Yes.
dealer?
Toyota is.
Yeah,
All right,
height,
'cause,
I mean, I think,
I was going
I mean, when
through,
you go around in
I
circles
was
on the height, but
going
you
through
still
and
gotta-
looking at
the
how large
overall
these signs
size.
are.
I don't know when that was approved.
Back to the drawing board on the side.
I think doing this kind of anecdotal, this sign, that sign, we've asked you for this information for going on 2.5 months now, and would have expected some analytical thing coming back to the board if you really felt strongly about making a case for going against greater than the code. I'm going to agree that I think you should just do a code compliance sign.
But my case has always been, again, it's, you have to drive in order to see the restaurant. The restaurant is not right there. The restaurant is inside.
I've been by there many times. I guarantee you're going to see the restaurant with a sign like even less than this size.
This is what was proposed by GNS Signs.
Yeah, I mean, the justification, I think goes back to, from the beginning, and even in the beginning, you had said that you had made mention, well, we'll just go to the ZBA. Just keep,
I didn't
yes.
say that.
Well,
I don't even know what the, remember,
just remember that you didn't say it.
I didn't say it, yeah.
Huh? Right, but what ends up, just remember though, the ZBA, it's not that easy because we're giving you the same basis that the ZBA is going to ask similar questions. So what's the justification? The ZBA won't grant something if it's self-created.
I don't intend to. Bruce.
Right, okay.
I don't intend
So I
to.
think we need to come to,
No, it's whatever we
Yeah.
come to an agreement here is where it's going to stay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to give, to the best of my knowledge,
Yeah.
the best of what I know of what I think would be good there.
The problem with it is if we allow you to do it, and anybody else, every business owner is going to want a bigger and bigger and bigger sign. There's codes that we got to follow, and unless you can come up with something hard that we can put into the file, this is why they got the grant.
Well, that's what I was, again, you know, some of you may not agree, but again, if it's out of sight, out of mind. So if you have where you have to pull into
But
to
we
get to a
can't put
place.
that into the file.
I know,
Yeah, it's just
like,
a-
we can't, you know, they're asking us to make up, you know, a rule.
We're not asking you to make up
We're being
anything.
honest with you, that basically, and I said this time.
It would better suit you, but
No, I know, but, you know, what I'm about to say is logical, but it's not suitable for you guys, and I understand it, but I have to repeat it again.
But where's the logic, and you haven't put it on paper?
Well, it's not.
That's what they're looking for. What's the,
Let me just say, when, this is a highway, high-speed highway, and your eyes are not drawn to small things. We have a huge sign for the plaza that's south of us. As they're passing, and logically, you know, any driver is going to pass it, not notice his sign. And I'm making the argument that we want to capture, I mean, if we had a bigger sign than that, they're going to definitely see that. That's a logical statement.
It's not,
If it's
you know.
too small, they're going to pass it, and the likelihood, the percentage of the people that would say, I'm going to turn around and go back to the pancake place, is like almost, you know, like under 5% of the people.
That's why we have a code, so everybody has the same sign. Everybody has the same sign. So why should yours be bigger? Just because you want it bigger is not an answer.
Hopefully, I'm gonna blend you two guys. You're saying that you can't put what you just said on paper, but you can. We did it. We did the Prestige mini sign, and it's now Subaru. And we did sight lines to show the differences. And we went up and down Route 9, and we showed which properties had which heights, and we physically showed what the visibilities would be. I mean, with profiles and with sections. So, I mean, if you present that to these guys and give them a list of other properties that are also non-compliant and how they look, then they have something to look at and document into their file.
Well, the other piece of that is how those non-compliant signs came to be. It could have been
That's right.
pre-code.
And also, don't forget, we have to deal with the code. The code says 10 feet and 25 area.
When we were dealing with Prestige, it was because for the exact same reasons that they're saying. If the board sat there and said, show us a reason why we should do this, and we did. And it was acceptable, and it was filed. So, I mean, you guys are reasonable. I think that they showed you a reason.
What is not a reason is because somebody half mile down the road has it. That's not a reason.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. But if it's something, you know, it's got to be, and again, it's got to be signage when this code was put into effect. I don't remember what year that they changed it to reduce it down to its current size. I mean, Barbara's not here tonight but I know she's I know she's aware of it. Yeah, and it was, when you did it was Prestige, that was when it was the mini dealership. The original building. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, that was definitely within that same, within the same era.
Okay, so if we back up, we started with a 14-foot sign, literally the whole thing from ground up. We thought we came up with a solution having a 2-foot base that kind of lined up with the middle of the road.
Speaking to the microphone. They can't hear you on tape.
So we started off with 14 feet, just a sign from the ground up. And we found a middle leeway of having a base compensating for the 2 feet of meeting at the middle of the road. Gave you a 10-foot sign. The sign is still too big as far as square footage. We realized that if the circle's by itself, we'll keep the circle. And the black that's tying the bottom of the base of the pancake, that will be just the black going all the way down to the base. No diner.
Could you take that out completely?
Well,
Wouldn't that reduce your square
you could
footage?
shrink that to get it to this width,
To take what out?
to make this the same width as the black portion that's underneath the circle all the way across.
Oh, you mean this all the way down?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the...
Will that fall into the square footage requirement? I want to do it and then not get it.
The other thing I would add is I don't think the reference to the median is the right reference here.
Yeah, because of the diner and Julian, they would have to consider that as part of your sign. So it's,
This is just the standard,
no, but what I'm saying is just keep this, put this straight down and take that off.
It's a diner.
Well, I got a question for you, because I'm sorry, I missed one of the meetings. I apologize for not being here. More clarification on your business. This is a pancake diner, but it's also a special event space?
When you guys were doing your workshop, I overheard where you had said that I do not want, that we took our mind off of number 10. I still want that sign there. No, we never said we did not want it.
It's just not shown in the plans that I reviewed. I did not see that there were still, I'm looking at page A007, which is the elevations of the building, and there's only one sign shown on the building. If you still want a second sign on the building, that is another sign waiver that the applicant is requesting.
Yeah, number 10 has where we're still thinking of a concept for there. In reference to your answer of what it is, the structure has always been Oda and then Barvino. It always had two, and with one kitchen. I have the same thing. I'm going to have the restaurant, the Pancake Factory in the front. Where this other sign is another concept kitchen, and then next to it is a banquet room, which is Julian's room.
So it's two separate businesses?
It's one business, all encompassed and with different things that we do. So the banquet room could be, it would be for catering or for meetings.
So just did some quick calculations. In order to get this sign close to code compliant, you would have to reduce the diameter from 6 feet to 4 feet, and then match the bottom. It would, instead of being 4 feet tall by 6 feet wide, the 4-foot width and 3 feet.
So,
And then you'd be reducing the height also by 2 feet because you'd be taking some sign off, some distance off the diameter and some distance off the other one. So that's kind of the idea where this board is looking to get you to be code compliant.
can you repeat the sizing?
I mean, you guys, you're going to have to confirm it.
Yeah.
4-foot diameter roughly is roughly where you're looking at, and a 3x4 sign underneath. 4-foot diameter is roughly 12.5 square feet.
So is that taking out the base, the stone base?
Stone base isn't counted. You're not
Right.
counting the stone base.
In the square footage.
Right.
Okay.
So the stone base stays.
Is that,
Yeah.
okay.
Just keep in mind that the stone base is counted towards your overall height.
So 3x4 is 12 square feet. 4-foot diameter is 2 squared is 4 times 3.12 is like 12.5. You're in the neighborhood of 25 square feet.
And that's brought you down 2 feet in height.
Yeah, because you've gone from 6-foot diameter to 4-foot diameter.
can't be
Because you're
more than
taking
10
2
feet
feet
high.
off in signage.
So it'll still be 10 feet from the ground up.
Yeah.
I will, like I said, I'll speak with, Nancy's not here tonight. I will get this sign into compliance, that I want to move on.
Good.
So I don't know what it's going to look like, but it will be code compliant.
Great.
If we can move on to the next.
Keep in mind, if, you're not showing 2 signs on the building, but it sounds like you still want 2 signs on the building, that will be another sign waiver.
Correct. Right, that, yeah.
And don't forget the lighting in the street sign.
Yes.
Is it 2 signs or 1 sign on the building?
2.
Right now, there's only 1 sign on the building plans.
There's 2.
But they want 2.
There's 2 on the plans. It's just one doesn't
It's
say
just
anything
that one
on
is
it.
blank.
Yes.
But while we're still on the sign, before we go off of that road sign, why is the road sign a higher lumens,
Color temperature.
than the rest of the lighting? Because in the plan show, it's 7,500. It should still be around 3,000.
That I would have to refer to, unfortunately, GNS signs.
Yeah, so just have them take a look at why, and come up with a reason why she wanted the 7,500. Because
7,300.
7,300 is, the big difference.
Then 3,000. I'll let her know. I thought she was,
I
okay.
mean, if it's not a big deal, you drop it down to 3,000, but if there was a reason,
Right,
yeah.
right. I think, again, at this point, if code is 3,000, then we're just going to stick to that.
Diffuses it enough to bring it down to a reasonable
That's
level.
where
The
she
colors.
probably has some type of, this is the lumens on the outside of the sign after it's done, but in the plans, it's the actual fixture on the
So
inside.
she should show that on the plans. Understood.
Now, let's go back to the 2 signs. You have to give us a reason,
4.
because you need a variance.
Oh, the reason, because there are 2 different names of the,
Yeah, but you have the freestanding sign is in the front, so now you have 2 signs in the front. Why do you need 2?
I have the 1 street sign,
You have the freestanding sign.
Correct.
It's in the front.
correct?
Why do you need this other sign on the building if you already got a sign in the front?
When somebody walks up to the building, they need to know where to go.
They go in the other end. So-
No, there's 2 separate entrances.
But you don't need a sign for that because you got a sign on the other side, and you have the freestanding sign.
I have the freestanding sign, so the freestanding sign is now going to be 10 feet and in compliance.
It's going to be in compliance, right?
Okay.
But all I'm saying is you don't need the second sign in the front because you already have one.
I think what he's trying to say is the main sign is Pancake Factory Diner, and then it also includes his catering. He's trying to defer
The
what's...
banquet hall has a separate entrance,
The
and
bank-
your argument is that the sign above that entrance is for wayfinding purposes.
Exactly.
I mean,
So
typically wayfinding signage we have looked at separately, but it is also at a very different dimension and location than a business sign, which is how this is being proposed. So wayfinding signage we usually have much smaller. In this instance, it would be sort of pedestrian scale. It would be along the walking paths. The business signage that he's proposing is the signage that you would associate with the business up on top of the
Right on top of the door.
which you would need an additional waiver for. If you revise the signage plan to feature pedestrian-scaled wayfinding
No.
signage for the 2 entrances, I think the board would be,
No, I want this sign exactly the way it's there.
Okay.
So I need a waiver
that's
for
gonna be
that.
a little
then you will need to make a case to this board for why they should grant you a signage waiver.
All right, and it is a separate type of food. It's not the Pancake Factory.
Hold on a second, wait a second. The sign that you have on this plan here,
Number 10,
yeah, shows both businesses.
you mean the front street sign?
So curious,
Yes.
The one on the building.
The one on the building.
One of the building has both names. It says
This is
Village
it, right
Pancake
here.
Factory and Diner Julian's Room.
It's exactly
Can I just engage with him for a second without just, let me just, because I need to understand this. So the picture that I'm looking at right here has a sign up there that says both Diner and Julian's Room, which is on here, right? And if I'm understanding you, what you're trying to tell me is you need one sign for them to know to get to the Pancake Factory and another sign to get to Julian's Room, right? Is that what you're
Yes.
trying to say? But why?
Yes and no, because where that blank sign that's going to be there, that's the entrance to Julian's room as well as the concept restaurant that I'm going to have there as well.
But that's different because you're asking us to put the same sign that you have on the side of the building and in front above that Julian's room door, above that door. You want the same sign, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where the Pancake Factory is, it will say the Village Pancake Factory, and then it has next to it Julian's room.
No, that's not what you're saying. You just said that the sign here on this document, you said you want that same sign. You said the same sign, right? Yeah.
So hold on. All right, let's stop. Let's stop right now. So you have your floor plan on here. So if you're going into the one door where the Village Pancake Factory is, you're not going to walk people through the kitchen to get to Julian's room.
Correct.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I think what everybody's trying to say here is, why not have Village Pancake Factory over the one door, and then if you're using it for wayfinding, then put on the other door, then Julian's room, as two separate signs.
And Julian's
I think
room.
that's what everybody's trying to get
That's what
at
I was,
here.
yeah, that's what I was
Correct?
trying to
Okay.
separate, because when you were saying the one sign, I didn't understand that. But Julian's room is the concept restaurant, or is that a third thing?
That's separate. That's a third thing.
So you have three businesses you were putting
It's
around.
not three businesses because it's just the meeting hall is part of the restaurant where people can sit down and meet and eat or have a party and be catered by us.
So what's the name of the concept restaurant?
I don't have that yet.
But you will?
Yes.
So then are you going to come back for an additional variance for additional signage? Because the way I see it, it would negate what you're trying to say. If you're not going to come back and ask for additional signage, you actually need 3 signs in the future.
I only need 2.
For now.
I only need 2. I don't even need, I don't need where it says, because where it says the Village Pancake Factory in the front of the main entrance on the red door, Julian's room is just associated with the restaurant. It's just, in other words.
You're going to have
Can I make a recommendation?
concept. You just said you have a concept restaurant that's going to be something different completely with a different name.
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to make sure you're saying it now tonight. You're not going to come in front of us anytime in the future from here to eternity and ask us for any signs for a third business on the side of this building. I just want to make sure that that's very clear now.
The number 10 sign is where I want to put the name
You're
of the
not
sign.
hearing me. I'm asking you, are you telling me nowhere in the future are you going to ask us for any
I
additional
can't answer
sign?
that because I don't.
You don't know?
I don't. I'm
What they're saying is that, are you here to just get the placement, they allow us to have that, and then come back to have the image of the...
Can I make a recommendation?
Is that what you're saying? 'Cause, like, I'm lost.
I'm hearing a third business with a third different name. I personally would never start a third business with a third different name and not ask the board somewhere down the line, hey, I'd like my third business, third different name on the side of this building also.
I think
not
we're
a third business. Julian's room is part of the Pancake Factory.
I think we're getting ahead of ourselves.
No.
I think we have an issue here, which is that they're
There is an
asking
issue.
for a second sign. That sign does not have a detail. That sign is not being shown. We obviously can't approve that. It will also require a waiver, and you will need to make a justification for that waiver.
Since I have to come back for the front sign anyway, I will bring the name of the sign for that door
As a separate,
for there.
but that's a separate application.
It sounds to me that you don't know what really you want from.
I know exactly what I want. I just don't know how to get you to to understand exactly
I'm
what I want.
confused because I'm seeing that you want the same sign on those 2 doors, but I had thought you wanted Julian's
can
room on
see
one
it.
door
Right.
and Pancake Factory on the other door.
Yes.
That's what I thought you wanted, but that's not what you're telling me.
Well,
Unless
that's what makes sense when you look at these plans, because it is 2 separate, they have a kitchen in the middle. You have one business on the one side, you
Yeah.
have another business on the other side that share the same kitchen. You're not going to have your patrons walking through the kitchen. So to direct them, I agree that there should be, if you're going to do one, then you put the one on the one side. So Village Pancake Factory is off of the one parking lot, then yes, then that's what should be over that door. If the other side is going to be whatever the other business is, then yes, that should be whatever a different name is. But you shouldn't have both names over the same door because you're bringing people into that same door to go, one's going to get to where they want, and then the other one's going to be told, oh, no, you have to go around to the front of the building to get to where you want to go.
Unless you do something off the parking lot as you're walking up to the building, a sign coming out of the ground where it says left, right, this way.
Wayfinding or directional signage within the parking lot. Right, and that's a whole other. But
Mr.
what
Trush, you were going
really-
to suggest something? You said, can I suggest something?
I would think about that, because what they're saying is, again, it's the same thing with what we were discussing before, have to come up with justification for it. And if they're saying more of like direction signage of what you want to do, that might be the way to go to kind of get the extra waiver to go through the process with it, you know? That way, because I get what you're saying, you have two different parts of the business, and, you know, the catering part, you want to direct the people from there. You don't want them going through the other way. But if you focus on that and figure out truly what you actually want those signs to do, because what I get on James's side here is that if you're just doing it to use as advertising, that's going to be a problem, being two different signs on the building.
Understood.
So I think it would just focus on what you want to do.
I have the name, the design, it's just not
But
from
you
my
see
head
where
on paper.
we're coming from. If you
I understand
have one
if you
sign
mean that, yes.
to
yes.
where you
It's
want your
not.
people to go,
Correct.
we can understand it a little bit.
Because based on precedent for other businesses, especially one that we looked at tonight, really it's two signs, one on the building, one on the road. I don't even think we'll approve a second sign on the building with another one on the road, but you'll never see a third sign for a third business on this.
He's not talking about it, but
I understand that, but I just want to make that clear now for the future. That's all. I get it. The best thing is to have all three of the names on one sign from the beginning.
Am I missing something? Are we doing research?
I don't.
No, it's just two
I don't
signs. We're only talking about two signs.
Yeah, and
right
it's
now.
not three businesses.
So
It's
let's-
two.
right.
It's two.
Okay.
It's two different concepts.
right,
Like I
so-
said, Julian's Room is not a restaurant. It's just part of the restaurant that we name it.
Okay.
You know.
So, all right, so I think we know, with the signage, we know that we need to get that addressed.
Correct. So the next
Okay,
time I
So
come,
we're all on that, so next time you're going to,
You'll have the-
prior to coming in the next time, that's going to be on paper, and,
Yes.
there'll be something to review, and we can
And-
hash that out before the meeting.
all right, and I'll make sure that that number 10 has the name and exactly
Yep.
what I'm
Okay.
looking for.
All right. All right, let's move on to landscaping.
They need a landscaping plan.
Yep, so we need
Can I
landscaping.
ask a few questions? I just have one question, and excuse my ignorance.
Yep.
When I put in the application, it was for lighting, the signs, and that was it. I said I would just clean up the existing landscaping that's there. I'm not planning on doing anything. But I'm being asked about a landscaping plan. I'm being asked about how many people can I seat and how much my septic can hold. Is that like part of, I didn't realize I had to provide all of that. Now, I am dealing, well, in reference to the landscaping, I'm not going to do any landscaping. I'm just going to cut the hedges that are there and call it a day. I don't have any more money for that. In reference to the septic and everything, we did put it in the plans, but I'm also dealing with the Board of Health that I have to get everything approved through them, and if you like, we can give you that paperwork as well, and we issued the easement that was given as well. I just want to know at what point.
This is all part of your site plan approval procedure.
So when you
When you made an application, there is a whole list of procedures and requirements, and these are all part of that.
So, because originally we approached the town and said, we're not we don't want to do a landscape plan, because, well, you got to do something. Well, we're going to refresh the grass, we're going to seed the grass and take care of it. And, you know, any dead bushes we may replace, then that's it.
That's a landscaping plan.
Well, that's what we have, but we don't want to be held to a chart and say, well, we're not going to give you a CO because you're missing one bush. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we're not interested, I mean, it's wintertime, so we're not interested in doing a landscape plan. We're just going to refresh it. And I've been told time and time again by the owner that we're not sure what we're going to do. I mean, it's just a flower bed. You know, there's seasonal flowers. We want to be able to put anything we want there. Red this year,
So-
you know.
Yeah, so all right, so let's go back, let's take a step backward.
I'd like to take it
So there was a previous approved site plan for this site, correct? So there is a site plan. Whatever plants and whatever are on that site plan is a legal document. So that is technically what's supposed to be there today, correct?
Yes.
So if you guys want to go and pull that off of the old site plan and put that on the current site plan, or the amended site plan that we're going to approve, and then replant it in that way, then I think we would be okay with that.
But if we
So,
just take it
I'm
all
just
together-
hear me out, because I think that's your option. Now's your time where you can kind of alter it to get what you want. Pick up all the different plants that are there on the plan, right? Because you're not going to replace them. They're going to be there. So just identify them on the plan. And then if there's anything where there's areas that may be, you know, sparse, or there's, you know, stuff that's, you know, gone away over, you know, then offer up a couple of things just to do some minor infills here and there. And I think that's what they're looking for, just so that there's something in place, instead of it just, well, you know, what, you know, because otherwise tomorrow, I mean, you can get an approval and then you can go in and rip everything out. But then somebody's going to come back and tell you, no, you have to put something back. And what are they going to go by? The original plan? You know, the original plan that was planned back whenever, or it's the plan that gets approved today?
Well, every time we come, we always add a note. Well, now we're stuck with, you know, replacing.
But they're asking you, right.
Originally, we didn't want to replace anything.
You don't have to replace anything.
Okay.
You don't
Well,
have to
that's
replace
what-
anything. You just got to put on the plan
Right.
what's there. So
Okay.
Put a plan.
The first time.
Put a plan together. That's what you need to. That's all you need to do. And you're not telling you to replant there, right? Exactly. Just not replanting everything. Just identify what's there, and then fill in a sparse areas, whatever that's going to make it look.
It's already identified, but do you want a chart?
What do you mean it's
Not
identified?
I mean, he's got two notes on the plans that say,
This is
in the grassy areas, there are these species, which is not a landscaping plan.
There's identification of the bushes. Each bush has a number, one, or I can't remember the number. You know, a certain number and another number. That number, which identifies burning bush, is on those bushes. The other bushes are identified as another number, which identifies hollow.
He just told you that's not a plan. The consultant said that's not a plan, so you got to comply with what the consultant.
Every town, when you go for a site plan, you got
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, you got
want a chart.
to follow these procedures, just because we got to know what's there.
Okay.
Something to look at when you go by.
Yeah, and that's it. And, you know, if a new business came in, it would be the same thing, you know, because you, just like you said, I want to be able to plan anything. Well, that's the whole point of the planning board, right? You know, we got to,
To be clear, on your landscaping plan, if you want to identify an area and say, this is going to be a flower bed, and it's going to have seasonal perennials, and they're going to change every year, that's something that you would put on a landscaping plan. And you can do that. You just need to show us what's there and where it is, so that...
He's saying that's not sufficient, the way you said that. I don't know.
it's, any town has kind of the same protocol. They just got to know what's out there.
Yeah, I believe we just went through this with the previous applicant tonight. Same thing.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's not that this is just an isolated case. They're doing the same thing. They're amending their site plan. They provided the landscape plan as well.
This is not uncommon. I just did this for,
I know.
I just did this for a second.
I'll revise the notes to make it clear, and I'll add a little chart.
Malcolm, if I can ask you, if you look at A003, and the front of the building, on the side of the building, they have numbers.
Question about this.
And then on the side,
Conditions that are recorded.
Again, my note was just to say, please add a table that identifies the number, the species, the number of the species, how they're being identified, and whether or not they're existing or proposed.
Yeah, your engineer would know how to do all this.
Used to be Rattle. Change the words around. So it doesn't go away. We'll bring it up, the attorney. Yeah, let's bring that up. We'll bring it up. All right. So what was it? I'm sorry.
I'm just asking for a table that identifies the species, the number of each
Okay.
species,
Such as
being
they
identified.
just did with Casamigo.
Yeah, look at Casamigo.
Okay, all right, fine, so that's, all right, so we've addressed that, so now we have landscaping, they have to, add. All right, take care of that. All right, so now the parking table.
The parking table is a standing comment addressing a note on the plans that references a parking and utility easement. I know that Larry has specific comments about this, so I will leave that to him.
I know,
So where, there has to be a parking plan. Is there a parking plan other than a note?
The parking plan is subject to the, I mean, they have, the existing parking, I believe, is not being proposed to be changed. The paved area is not being proposed to be changed. And the parking count is subject to a parking easement, which is a legal document that is...
Where is the parking count shown on these plans?
First,
On this page here?
Yeah.
First page?
and there's no stating where that information came from. I think the confusion was on that, basically it's just a scan of an existing drawing. I refer to identified it by date, who did it, and what, any other additional information of where it came from. It says
What came
80. So I think the confusion is there's a note on there saying 80 additional cars. That's not my note, that's just a copy of the previous plan. We're not changing, we're just taking...
so this is, so again, this falls back to what I was addressing earlier. So this goes back to the original site plan, which is basically was approved back in 1996, or in that time frame. That's when the survey was done. So you have all that original information. Okay. All right.
So the parking count, they're overparked for the parking count based on the use, but there are other uses, and the parking is existing and part of a parking easement. They're shared.
Wait a minute. According to his...
According to the table, what is required by code is 75.5 spaces, and they have 89 spaces.
78 at the bottom?
Yeah, or 78, depending on how it's calculated.
So which is it?
Well, it shakes out to whichever one is higher, but they have 89 spaces. So they're not wanting for parking, but they have then acknowledged that their parking is part of a shared parking easement.
So the 89 is not all on this site?
No,
It's all on the site.
So what's the easement got to do with it?
The plaza next door.
Right. So is so basically you're providing parking for the plaza next door?
Correct.
Okay, all right, so that makes sense.
That's what that shared parking easement is. And also there's an apartment, right?
And I have, yes, an apartment as well.
Which is then calculated into that in the shared parking easement.
Right. So with the shared, so how many spaces do you have?
On-site, 80.
On-site, 89? And you have to share them with somebody else?
Yes, but not much. There's the plaza next door that they...
Okay, so that's what the document that the attorney has, right?
Right. Yes.
Our attorney.
We're asking that they show that. And Jamie, if you have those old documents, I would think if you look closer, it should show where those designated spots are that are actually shared. That's what our comment means, our number 3 comment, that easement should be identified on the site plan. But try to show where those are.
But they're not shared parking, it's just a shared easement. so they can park
so-
anywhere.
Yeah, it's not a dedicated,
That's because you drive into their parking lot, and you can go right to the other parking lot from their parking lot.
Correct.
So overflow would go both
What the
ways.
document has needs and bounds on it.
It does, and just to be clear, it does say.
You could drive right to the other
Stated intent is to provide parking for the grantee's use as a restaurant business, so I believe it benefits this parcel, not the neighboring parcel.
So it's this parcel's ability to park on the adjacent property. And it appears, as if there's meets and bounds, it appears that there's designated spots that you guys can use. So that's the nature of our question.
All right, so
So we're going to get an answer from our attorney?
Yes, I'll double check with Mr. Barnett, and we'll get back to him after.
Okay, fine.
yeah, if you could identify it so this way we're not picking wrong spots, I mean. 'Cause I read the document, it's like, just pick it, I guess.
It doesn't show on the survey? I don't think it would show on the survey.
No, it's just, it's not like handicap spots where you have to dedicate it and identify it. It's just, they're allowed to
The
use.
shared easement?
Yeah, it's like, you can't say, you can't tow anyone if someone parks from,
Okay, so that's interesting. So if the meets and bounds encompasses the entire next property,
I
then
think it goes
then
both
that's the
ways.
answer. Then they
you
just-
remember that both properties were basically the same family.
Yes, exactly.
So they were just doing whatever they needed to do
That's
to
exactly right.
to satisfy a requirement to get the approval.
And the reason for it works is because the hours weren't really coincident. The
Right.
eating hours were more weekends and nights, and the shops were generally
During the day, right.
Might be different for Pancake Diner, which is going to be during the day primarily.
Yeah, it could be.
Would more coincide that wine bar with peak hours?
Again, I don't know, I mean, I think we're going round and round on something when if these numbers are correct and they actually satisfy their own parking requirement on their own property, we're just talking about nothing right now. It's, it's basically, that easement now is basically the just in case type of thing. So I don't think it's really too much other than we have to document that there is the easement.
But preserve that just in case your banquet does.
I'll trust you. If there comes a time that I need 80 or 90 spaces, then you'll see me, grinning from ear to ear. But that's, I don't think that'll be the case. Because I have a 10-foot sign.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I think we're pretty clear on the parking table, the landscaping we've done. The seeker is basically, it's a type 2 action. I don't think anybody's disagreeing with that. Let's see. The engineer's letter, I think we've pretty much, I think everybody's pretty much clear on that, so.
He should be clear.
Yeah, do you want to just go, you want
I mean,
to?
we just talked about the one, the floor plans. We're asking you to just put a note on there identifying that there's no change in the kitchen or sewer plumbing. And again, the documentation relative to the water and sewer. And again, Christian looked at all this and he said, before I walked out the door, he said, Jamie's fine in the legwork. There's 90% there. So we're just looking for somebody to certify to the town what's currently approved by the health department there for water and sewer, you guys are not exceeding, then you're good. You're done. Okay?
He also needs the table in the front to show the residents.
Yep.
All uses that are on there has to be shown on the plan. That's just part of the table.
That's all it is, notes.
Although, on that point, the residence has parking requirements which should be added into the table, right? Now, they calculated the parking requirements on the restaurant alone.
It's part of, it's in here.
Right? Let me see this.
Okay, it's just,
It's just the seat count, I think.
What, that's on the,
For their parking table.
It doesn't matter because you have enough anyway, but it should be on the table.
Yep.
But the 89 total encompasses both parking lots, yours and the shopping center.
Which shopping center
The
has?
parking stalls on your site plan are not 89. I was under the impression that the 89 was counted with the shared parking. Because you don't have 89 spaces.
Oh, what do you mean with the shared parking?
Yeah, you don't have 89 spaces on your site plan. You're listing 89, my impression, and that's why I have a standing comment, was that the nature of the shared parking easement is how you got to 89, with access to the neighboring park.
Access to the neighbor, I thought you said, do I have a, no, the access is with the shared, that's next door. I thought you said it was total 80, no, they have hundreds.
Yeah. And my recollection was there was an area. We should look into that. I think it was the area that was used.
so we are back to the park. We're back to the,
I don't know how you're getting to the 89 number.
now I know, all right.
It doesn't show 89.
I'm looking at it now, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is exactly what it is. It's, they need the parking from the retail side of it to cover their, to make it work for them. So, yeah, so that,
Their
but the
parking
intent,
looks to be maybe
right, so basically if this table was clear, that we have 40 spaces on the property, and we're picking up our other 40 whatever spaces
We're meeting our
on the other
parking
property.
requirement.
Correct.
Oh.
So, yes. All right. So I think all right, so all right, you've made a good point there. Yes, it needs to be much clearer on the table.
Can I, when you guys move on, can I just ask a question?
The total required is 75.
Total required is 75, total provided is 89
Where are you getting that 89 number from?
on that same chart.
Well, even if that number is incorrect, I have 75.
No, 75 is your requirement.
Correct.
Plus the residents.
How many do you have?
You have 75 on the property?
I do.
Okay, but
I would number the stalls so that it's easier to add up, but I'm looking at it. The stalls that you have identified on your site plan,
How much you think?
no.
No, it was.
5, 10, 15, 20,
You said 40 before.
25, 30, 35 maybe. Some of them don't look like the dimensions are adequate, so, that's a rough estimate, but,
Because you're looking at it here. Okay.
yeah, your site plan.
yeah.
All of these are supposed to be marked over here.
Okay. We can mark them up.
Look at geo-access and count 83.
Okay, so that should match. So, again, whatever, if there's more parking spaces that's one being shown on here, then it really should be reflected on the site plan. Okay.
I would also, hey, you've got an apartment, you should add that into the parking table. Just so that we're,
Right, so that shows,
Couple
that's part of
designated spots for
it.
the apartment.
would
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
usually 2 spots for a 2-bedroom or whatever.
So we have all right, so everybody's got,
Otherwise, they're subject to the shared parking
Yeah.
scheme, and they're parking in,
yeah.
They
neighboring
park
lot.
next door in the plaza.
Okay. All right, so we have the parking table, we have that pretty much hammered out, right?
Yes.
You guys know where we're going. All right, Jim, you said you had a question? No.
Yeah, can I just know a little bit more about your outdoor seating? Because I'm seeing the 25 seating outdoors on the concrete pad, but then your lighting wouldn't have any lights there. It's showing on your lighting as like an interior, but it's not. And then on the page A003, that will be your as-built concrete slab on grade. So that's a 25 seating exterior seating area with a walkway that goes back to your kitchen. Is that what I'm
What
seeing?
sheet is that? You're talking about the rear of the building?
Yeah, so if you go to A009, oh, I'm sorry, if you go to A102, you're very lightly highlighted is there is a seating for 25. It looks like there's 6 tables out there attached on that concrete pad in the plan. But you would have on the lighting map, it's kind of drawn out like it's an interior part of the building with the lighting being on the exterior wall, but that's not a wall, that's an outside seating area. So either you have no lights on the outside seating area, or...
It's a good catch, because the lighting foot candles should extend into the outside seating area.
Because the way it's written on A003, you would think it's part of the building, but it's labeled as a concrete slab.
Right.
Is there lighting for the outside?
There's one lighting by the door,
But
or
how
two
does that-
lightings,
but
two
how-
lights.
Yeah, but that's not on your lighting, is it? No, because your door is on A009, your door would be on that partition. There's no lighting there. But also, how does that, Malcolm, I mean, did you calculate those seats into all the other calculations? Those 25 exterior seats that are listed there?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see.
For the seating plan, right?
I don't know, like outdoor to health.
Because the seating plan is what I would have gone off of, and if they're shown on the seating plan,
But they're shown only on this one form.
It's starting to, I see where he's coming from now, and I'm trying to backtrack. So, I mean, did you account for that in the
I think
the total number of seats in the beginning, on the cover page?
No, on the 009, this is the concrete
Slab. It shows 25
And-
seats.
Yeah, so they... Actually missing one light.
so you really know what number
missing
code the
one
seating
light.
chart is on? I'm looking for it now, but it's not, they're all separate.
Yeah, see, I thought this was the bill. They're missing a light, they're missing this guy.
Well, seating chart looks like it's on that A102.
Yeah, and is that adjacent to any parking?
Missing this light.
Probably.
If that's
Yeah,
adjacent to
that's the
parking, there should be bollards in there, so you can't drive your car through the seating area.
But also, it's listed as built, is that concrete slab there now?
Yes.
Okay. So the lighting really is all,
So nobody can park here?
it's not accounting for lighting in that outdoor seating.
There on that side.
They can't park on either side of it?
Well, they don't park into it, but that's that drive aisle right there. It's adjacent to this driveway coming in.
Drive stops.
So this is the area that we're talking about.
This is the concrete slab. So there's a door right here that comes out. But if you look at, that's that wall right there. So you have a door there,
Facing
but
the
you have
building,
no
if you're
lights
looking at the concrete
in that
pad,
area.
there's
So
no
either
parking
lighting's
there.
going to go up, it's not going to
So somebody can't get a car there and drive through?
No, there's no parking. There is a, something that's blocking it, and then to
Well, it's a flower bed.
and then to the left of it, that's all grass. Past there, there's a little,
So way in the back?
there's-
Oh, in the back.
Yeah, all the way.
Yeah, surrounded by grass.
Not really in the back.
There's also 29 exterior seating in the front. I see the
So you
pattern.
have two, right, there's two outdoor seating areas.
Seating's included right now?
So this is where you take, this is Route 9, so all the way.
So you have the seating in here.
Yeah, you can't, there's no driving back there.
You get the seating.
This little service road,
You
but
get seating out here.
Oh, it's got two
it's not like
places.
somebody's gonna be driving around.
Yeah, it's above
There's all
them.
their parking's over here.
It's over there, and it's like,
Oh, it is up top too. So is there any lighting on the opposite side of that seating area, on the front side?
It's out here.
Well, there's
So there's
minimal,
two
there's some,
outside seating areas?
yeah.
Yeah, we have one in the front on the Route 9 side and one in the rear of the property.
Were those seats accounted for?
in the total count, yes.
Yeah, this is the main entrance right here. So you really-
But there's two seating area right here.
Yeah,
Is there a safety, is there a safety thing? Is there like a distance away from a highway we could have an exterior seating arrangement like that? All right.
I mean,
I'm just curious.
yeah, no, I'm just thinking, you go down to the Village of Fishkill, they're right on 52.
Yeah, but that's the Village of Fishkill. That's not cars going by 55 miles per hour, or, launching off the side of the road into a seating area.
Short answer,
I've seen crashes, you've seen some of those crashes over by that pizza place up right by Old Hopewell. Those cars launch 50 to 100 feet into the side of the road. I mean, that's a concern for me, to be honest with you, in front seating on a highway like that.
as far as the parking calculations, I want to double check, but I do believe so. The 234, which is their higher parking calculation by seat count, I believe accounts for both of the outdoor seating areas, but I'm going to run those numbers.
So you're saying this is not safe?
That's what
Is this the other seating area?
right here. Yeah, so they have
Tables right up. This one's okay.
I'm fine. I like I'm all about outdoor seating, to be honest with you, but I just worry about how close do you want it to Route 9?
If there's an issue, I can, Malcolm,
No, there's no guardrail there.
I'll take it out. If you find an issue with
Issue with what?
the seating in the front, where I think James had said,
I'll double check with Barbara. That question has never come up as far as how far set back can outdoor seating be.
We've never had outdoor seating on a highway like
No, it's always been a thing that has never been requested for.
Well, that's the other thing too, is you gotta check with Barbara, because has that been previously approved?
Yeah.
So, if it was, then that's one thing, but if it wasn't previously approved, it has to get,
If you have the
formalized in
existing
this.
site plan, can you submit it with your next submission? The existing site plan?
And then just the last question on this is the walkway going to be lit anyway?
It's to the residents.
Is that the residence? I thought that's I think that's no, I thought that's from the,
I don't think there's any lighting on the lighting plan in the rear of the building, which is the walkway to the residence that you're talking about.
so the resident has a walkway from the outdoor seating area to their apartment? That doesn't make
It looks like it, yeah.
well, that's where they're going to park.
Huh?
They have to park on that area.
And then walk through the outdoor seating area to get to their residence?
Yeah.
What if they're carrying groceries in like suitcases and stuff? It just doesn't, it seems odd. Why wouldn't they have their own walkway?
well, if that walkway's there, it just needs to be lit.
It's already built.
Yeah.
Walkway's there.
The concrete pad is there too,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
No, I'm looking at the commingling of like bringing the whole
adding
family,
outdoor
my
seating.
dogs, like,
I
walking
know what you
through,
mean, yeah.
having dinner and, so it's like just coming back from
the rent
vacation,
includes-
sloshing suitcases by me and
The
stuff.
rent includes food, so they don't need to.
Oh, that's fine then. So the walkway, will it be, we're going to need lighting there, I'm assuming?
I would strongly recommend it.
Yeah. And lighting in the back door on the back wall of the seating area.
I don't know if he's talking about.
No, there is two. They did not put that in.
Right, so it has to be okay.
Yeah, you would have some kind of security lighting by the door, at the entrance.
So it doesn't look like either of the outdoor seating areas are identified or factored into the lighting plan. You definitely want to address that. It's one thing that they're not being lit, it's another thing that the program is treating it like a building with hard walls, because that affects how the light is going to spill.
Right. Well, I guess on the plan that they received, they thought it was part of, actually, I thought it was part of the building as well, because they took off a lot of layers. And I thought they turned off the cement, the slab layer, but they kept that on. So I was fooled too.
Does that walkway, that's not going to the equipment room? It's a back door to the kitchen?
It's,
Oh, no, that's in the basement.
Oh, okay.
The plan is, so the residence is above.
Gotcha. And that's
Above the slab.
going to remain a residence?
Yes.
now the door that is labeled back kitchen.
Is this a toilet in the kitchen?
This one? Excuse me?
That's on the same floor plan. Isn't this isn't this the first floor plan?
The residence is not shown in here.
Yeah, but
I thought you
they
can't
said
have a
this is in the
bathroom in
basement.
the kitchen.
But this is a single floor plan, right? Main level plan.
That's out of my
In the
That
main
sounds-
room, not in the basement.
Right.
Yeah. Can I see this toilet in the kitchen?
Do I?
Staff toilet back off of back kitchen, yeah.
Can,
That's a building
Malcolm,
code issue. That's a,
It's building
it's a
code
building code issue, but it's also a health department. Health department's going to jump in on that too, probably.
Before I take your question, James, the back kitchen has a door out to the parking lot. There's also no lighting over that. I don't know if you may want to.
Lighting the workers?
I'm looking at the lighting plan. And the foot candle levels there are all 0. So if there is lighting there, it needs to be,
No, it's the point 2, 2.1.
I'm looking at the
Where are you talking, Malcolm? Out of the
We
back
got a
of the
light right
kitchen?
there.
back
Right at the
kitchen.
door, we have the light. So the double door has a
Oh,
light
I'm
to-
sorry, I was looking at an older lighting plan.
Yeah, the double door has a light to, toward the street.
What were you saying, James?
So, A103 is a main level floor plan. And I just want to make sure I'm probably reading this wrong, so just clarify this for me. On a main level floor plan, you would have the basement built into that? Is that how these go?
I mean, I don't know.
well-
I don't think so, but
So,
I
because,
I don't look at floor plans
Well,
apart
you have a
from.
well, I think what he's got is the main level, where the restaurant is, and then when you go to A105, he's got the second story with the apartment.
but what I was saying, should there be another floor plan for the basement?
Unless there was a floor above it.
Well, he said that this equipment room is in the basement, so I just want to make sure, because I didn't go there, that is not part of the main level, because if it's part of the main level, I just want to make sure there's no, and it's not there, that there's no access from that walkway to go into there, because you can theoretically put a door there and then start getting access to that whole kitchen area. So if that's actually truly a basement, should it be on a basement level floor plan?
I mean, if it's actually on the basement, my question is then what's in that space on the main floor?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Is this in the, I mean, I know.
My impression was that the equipment room was in that space and that the apartment was above.
How do you
So that would be the main
How
floor.
do you access that
But they're saying
space?
it's in the basement.
The
Well,
equipment.
there's two buildings. This
The
thing's been
equipment room.
added on so many times. When I refer to the basement, it's the basement of the residence. The residence basement is the same level as the restaurants.
So if I was standing in the back kitchen right now,
Yes.
and I go through that back door into that little square that's right next to the crawl space,
Okay.
and then I go through that next door, do I enter the equipment room without going down any stairs?
Correct.
Okay, so it's part of the main floor.
It's part of the,
So if I was,
we'll call it the ground level.
ground level,
Yes.
so,
Basement here.
so that walkway, does that terminate right to the end of that building? By the equipment room?
The walkway terminates.
Bedroom.
The walkway, are you talking?
Yeah, to the residence. Yeah. That walkway goes from the seating area, it goes this way, right? And then comes across over here?
Oh, no. You go up a hill.
Okay.
And then above this is the residence. So
Okay.
the walkway is actually above this level.
Gotcha, okay.
Go to the next page, and you see that. You see where it's going to end up. Look over the
I
other
see.
side. Yeah, you see that, with the landing and the steps?
Yeah.
Right, okay. All right.
so you guys have some stuff to do.
And if you look at A105, you'll see the residence level,
Right, that's the upper floor.
which shares the same level as the roof or ceiling areas.
All right.
Moving right along.
Yeah, I was going to say, what else do we have? So, Larry, did you cover all the engineering issues? Okay. Malcolm, everybody's, I guess you guys are all set now, parking table, the whole analysis on the front page, what needs to be done. We're going to have to find out about the outdoor seating from Barbara, and you're going to add lighting to the walkway. So I think you guys got a little bit of work to do.
Revise.
Huh?
Revise.
Yeah. At least, everything we talked about tonight. I think it all has to be, we got to get it resolved. We got to get these things resolved on to a satisfactory level on the plan where it's just, a couple of little items, that just need to be addressed. I mean, if we're waiting for the final thing for the health department or, little stuff like that, I mean, that's not a big deal. Those are conditions. But I think enough stuff has been unearthed tonight that needs to be addressed and put on these plans. So the rest of the board can feel comfortable with going forward with a conditional approval. Okay?
And then the car count.
Yep.
As well.
All right. So I think that's it, unless anybody else has anything further they want to bring up. But. All right. If not,
You guys.
I think we're done. Thank you.
All right, guys, take care. Thanks.
All right, so, here's what we go. So on the agenda for the evening, we had discussed at the last meeting about discussing some of the comprehensive plan changes. I don't know if we want to talk about that tonight or if everybody just wants to. Okay. So why don't we put that off to a future meeting? I don't think, again, these changes have already been made. It's just Malcolm giving us some insight to what he's getting out of the comp plan to give us some guidance moving forward. So with that.
I just have one question. I agree with you completely.
Okay, go ahead.
But did you get any more information on the continuation of the moratorium? That we could get a copy of that resolution?
I have not.
You should be able to go online and see the special meeting where they did it, and
Yeah.
it'll be listed there.
I am planning to speak to both Kyle and Barbara.
If you could get
I'll
that
get some more information about
circulated.
that. Yeah, I haven't heard any news. I know that I have asked both of them about it, and I haven't heard anything. But
Good. I don't want to extend this meeting.
yeah.
Okay. No, but we can get that done. Yeah. All right. Okay, so with that, those are your notes.
Motion to adjourn?
All right, so with that, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you.